All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, guys, I'm going to be discussing some comments made by the stars of the upcoming Fantastic Four movie. This is supposed to be the movie that is the linchpin, I would say, the linchpin into the next phase of Marvel, whatever phase that is. This is supposed to be the movie that is going to start that new phase. And based on some of the comments that have been put out here by the star Joseph Quinn and Vanessa Kirby, excuse me, lost my train of thought there. Vanessa Kirby, there are some concerns. I mean, for me personally, I'm not going into this one with high expectations. For one, I don't believe in Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. I think it was bad casting. I get it. You know, the perfect casting for most people would have been James Krasinski, but I think he was a one and done. He did what he did for Doctor Strange and was like, I'm out. This isn't what I want to do. Fine. But there were other people, like Adam Driver was somebody who they wanted for the role, but he turned it down. But based on what's coming out about this movie, it totally makes sense because, and I'll start with what Vanessa Kirby is talking about, and then we'll get into what Joseph Quinn, who's playing Johnny Storm, talked about, because there's a little bit more information on what he said. But as far as with Vanessa Kirby, who's playing Sue Storm, I'm just kind of paraphrasing. I mean, the article is here on the screen. If you want to go through the article, you can definitely check for yourself. But the gist of it is she's basically saying that she's going to change it up with Sue Storm. You know, she's not going to be this pushover as she saw her in the comic books, and she's going to bring out kind of this dark side to her. And a lot of people think she may be the one leading the team. You know, we already have the female Silver Surfer, and I know there is one in the comics, but come on, guys, we all know we want to see the male version of that, Narn Red or whatever. We want to see that version. I mean, I remember when the sequel, Rise of the Silver Surfer came out, and we know those movies were camp. They weren't that great, you know, the Chris Evans and Jessica Alba movies. But when they showed that teaser of the Silver Surfer, you know, and he's flying, Johnny Storm is chasing after him, and they go up into outer space, and he catches him in the throat and throws him back to Earth. I mean, I was hyped for that. Now we know the movie turned out ass. I mean, you know, it's a blasphemy what they did to Galactus. But anyway, back to this movie. So I don't know. Like I said, they're trying to. She may have more of a leadership role in the group. You know, because, you know, based from what I can remember, she is kind of the motherly figure of the group, and of course she's a mother in her own sense. And in this movie, we find out she's pregnant. So I'm not necessarily too worried, because this is par for the course for Marvel. And as I wrote in the thumbnail, these fools, they never learn. I mean, if this is true, if they somehow make her the lead, this is definitely troubling. This is going to be bad. This isn't going to work out for them. It's going to go really bad. Now, switching gears to Johnny Storm, played by Joseph Quinn. So he kind of goes in to, you know, kind of his issues and how he's going to change the game. He's going to change it up. His version of Johnny Storm is going to be totally different than the Chris Evans and maybe even Michael B. Jordan, but more or less the Chris Evans version, the one we're familiar with in the comics. I guess you could say the womanizing, the charismatic, the charming, you know, kind of guy, you know, hothead individual. Joseph Quinn puts it out there. He says, you know, his version of, this is what he says in the article. He says his version of Johnny Storm contrasts from previous iterations of the Human Torch, you know, as the womanizing, devil-may-care guy. Which Quinn asked the question, is that sexy these days? And he disagrees. He says no. And here's my thing about that. I mean, yes, it is. It is. It doesn't matter. Now, I know people are saying, oh, you know, this is different for the new masculinity. No. Never trust what they say. Trust what they do. And you call it what you want, but women tend to still go for that traditional masculinity. But Anyway, like I said, he's changing it up. He says they're gonna go that route. He says that his character doesn't want to be known as just Sue's little brother. He's a smart guy, and he's on that shuttle for a reason. So here's the thing, though. I think the problem, and I've heard other people mention what I'm about to mention, and the whole thing is about you're bringing this character in, him having those qualities. There's good things about those qualities. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, there are flaws to those characters. What do you know? We all have flaws. So it kind of shows that he's just like us in a sense. He can be relatable. But the other thing about that is if you bring him in with all those flaws gone, I mean, you take away his arc. Think about if you started the Iron Man movies with Tony Stark, where he was in Endgame, as far as his mindset, or even just by Civil War, like his mind, how he thought, he put those ways behind him. No, you want him to have those flaws because that's the arc, that's the development, that's what makes the character great. So I don't know. I think they're taking a big risk by doing this, and this is, I mean, I don't want to say the sky has fallen, but damn it, I mean, July is the big month for these comic book movies because we have DC has Superman, of course, and it has its problems that people are talking about in the test screenings. And then you have this, and there were reports that the test screenings weren't so great about this, and they're in the middle of really big reshoots right now, what's being reported. So once again, like I said, I think they had some with Pedro Pascal. They went really wrong there. I've heard other people say this, and I totally agree. I just view him as a TV actor, a great TV actor. He's good. He's good. Some people are movie stars, and some people are, not. And there's nothing wrong with that. And yes, he's been in movies. I mean, damn it, he's been in too many. He's like in everything, but. Yeah, I don't see him as a Reed Richards. I mean, I don't know. Who knows? I mean, I don't want to make this comparison, but hey, I'll throw it out there. A lot of people, when they saw Heath Ledger cast as the Joker, they lost their fucking minds. They were like, there's no way this pretty boy can be the Joker. And arguably, he's known as the greatest Joker that ever did it. So who knows? I mean, I could be wrong. We all could be wrong, and he knocks it out of the park, and this movie makes $1 billion and it becomes a hit and launches us into the new age of Marvel. Who knows? But I'm leaning towards this is probably going to be a disappointment. It's not going to pull it off. Actually, the movie, I think, and I'm saying this is going to be might be like slightly a sleeper hit that goes beyond expectations. I think the Thunderbolts are going to hit. I know a lot of people are talking trash on it, but I think that's the one that's, I'm not saying it's going to make $1 billion, but I think it may make like 800 million, somewhere between 750, 800 million, which I think is a win for a movie like that. I'm not sure what the budget is on that. I'll have to look it up, but I think if it made that much money, that is a profit. But this Fantastic Four, they're putting it all on the line for that. Like I said, July, that's a big month. So yeah, guys, I just want to make this quick video about my thoughts on the actor and what he said about his role. And of course, the actress Vanessa Kirby's playing Sue Storm, how they're going to change it up a little bit. So please get in the comments. Tell me what you guys think. Are you on board with it? It's not going to change anything for you. Are you looking for something new? Or are you looking for that old thing? So yeah, guys, thanks for taking this journey with me. And guys, like I always say, if it's for 1 minute, 5 minutes, the whole damn video, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to view my content. If you haven't already, do me a favor, hit that subscribe, smash the like, and once again, get in the comments and also share this. Like I said, I need your help. It makes the video, it tells YouTube to tell other people to watch the video. So please share and do all those other things. And guys, have a good one.